The Full Melt Show is intended for a mature audience. It contains adult themes, adult content, and sometimes adult language. Listener discretion is advised. The Full Melt.
Are you high? What are you talking about?
This is the Full Melt.
Give me a break. The Full Melt Show. A marijuana discussion about news, culture, politics, and lifestyle. TheFullMelt.com. Toll free. 844-420-TALK. 844-420-TALK.
Hey, Steve Green on the Full Melt Show, coming to you from Flint at the Sweet Leaf.
Wait. Hey. What are you doing in here?
Hey.
This is the wrong Steve Green. Who let you in here?
Hey, they let me in at the door. I got a card, man.
It is the Full Melt Show, and that's the other Steve Green. We just had to do that because we're all here. I'm going to get on the other mic because it's all windy, that microphone. So, welcome to the program. It is a special edition of the Full Melt Show, and we're out here today celebrating in advance the 420 celebration on 419. Sweet Leaf is in Flint. It is a caregiver center comprised of many caregivers, like 9 people. Look, it's not just that. We happen to be sitting in the conference room area at the Sweet Leaf. They had a big tent out back. In honor of the 420 celebration, the tent is for a panel discussion on Am I Legalized? Am I correct? Can I get a second?
Absolutely.
Yes. So it's Am I Legalized is a campaign to obviously legalize marijuana in Michigan. And it seems to be the favored one amongst the other campaigns at this point. So we're here to have a mini panel discussion that they had out in the big top tent out there. And talk that over, what it means, what it's about, who's involved, get the poop on the scoop, or the scoop on the poop, however you want to do that. And then also, later on in the broadcast, we're going to do a roundtable of the 9 different caregivers that are here at the center. They all bring a different facet to this diamond, and I think it's important that we show the different sides of who's got what and what they bring to the table. And why I really like this business model. I like this idea that you've got multiple caregivers in one location sharing the best of what they do because it brings a variety. It's not just a one-note song, which is, one note's fine if you're looking for something to hum to, but it's not that interesting. I think it's really interesting when you show different facets and different people's specialties as it relates to caregiving. So we're going to do that, get a sneak preview. We'll just kind of take a peek at each of the doors. What's behind door number 1? It's like, let's make a deal. Literally. No, I'm just kidding. So that's what we're doing. Let's see here. We got a full hour of broadcast in front of us, and I want to start out with the panel discussion. Do we find a seat for the Matt Abel? Are you? He's good. He's standing. Do we have a microphone cord long enough to get out to the Matt Abel over there? We got 2 of the 3 ones across the room going, hey, I'm all right. It'll be all right. Don't worry about it. He's a ventriloquist, he says. He's going to throw his voice across the room and make the chair do the speaking. Should we sit with the ventriloquist thing, should we give you the mic or the chair the mic? Because I don't know. I'm not sure how the voice throwing goes. I've never done that before. And I'm a voice specialist. I mean, that's what I do. It's all I do. Okay, it's not all I do. It's most of what I do. So let's grab a mic. I'm sure that, so let's first, let's introduce everybody. We'll start with Rick Thompson, and then you can pass the mic on down to our 3-guest panel. It's a mini version of what we had outside. Am I correct in saying that?
Sure. We have done a first town hall for the Michigan Comprehensive Cannabis Law Reform Initiative at Sweet Leaf here in Flint today. This is Rick Thompson. We had, at least 75 people in the tent and another 50 outside, too. It's a very good turnout on a wonderful day at a great place.
Beautiful weather. Couldn't ask for better weather.
And this is Nick Sotelo here. I'm also on the committee with Rick and our other panelist here, Matthew Abel. So yeah, it's been a really great experience here at Sweet Leaf today. I'm here as also sort of a representative of Students for Sensible Drug Policy, an organization I was involved with when I was a student and have continued to be involved with. Currently member of the Alumni Association.
You said you were a student. You didn't tune in, tune out, and drop out. You didn't do that, did you?
I graduated.
Yeah, okay, that's a good thing. I just wanted to be clear about that. I was a student. No, I'm not. I just wanted to make sure that you got through the end of it.
No, I became involved when I was a student. And
what school did you go to?
University of Michigan.
U of M. Gotta love the maize and blue.
Yeah. Rick here is a Spartan.
Or not. Matt Abel's over here having a heart attack with the maize and blue.
Wearing a white shirt earlier, Steve. I saw you.
First, I got attacked by the Matt for the smoking outside, and now I'm going to get attacked for the maize and blue. And here it comes. He's got a full boat ready for me.
I didn't say anything about the maize and blue, but fire up chips, just since we're on the topic.
So introduce yourself.
You call it maize, we call it corn.
Yeah, it's either way, tomato.
Yeah.
Why are these analogies all vegetables?
Go
I don't
blue,
get that.
Go blue.
Go blue.
We need signatures in Ann Arbor and everywhere else, and we're hoping to get a lot of them at the Ann Arbor Art Fair.
Look, just in fairness, I want to tell you that Michigan State was where I was at. That's where my heart lies, is over in
Go
Lansing.
Green.
Yeah.
That's
so, but
my older son Gabe is a graduate of Michigan State University.
There you go.
Hi, Gabe.
Hey, shout out to Gabe.
Yeah.
When I had Sanjay Gupta on the other day, at the very end of the broadcast, I was like, hey, look, anecdotally, just incidentally, in honor of the fact that we're about 20 minutes away from your alma mater there at University of Michigan, I've got my maize and blue cap on. I was doing it during the interview. He made some jokes about MSU. He says they're calling it, what was the joke he cracked? It was a Harbaugh joke. Ann Arbor, I think.
We're hoping that MSU will come through with some industrial hemp
Really?
production. And, in fact, MSU was the first land-grant university, the first agricultural school.
I know they're
in the
huge in
United
agriculture.
States. They have all kinds of agricultural fields,
if you
acres
drive,
and acres.
If you drive around the campus, just outlying in the country, within a 10, 15, 20-mile radius of U of M, MSU, you'll see big, huge fields that are owned by MSU. Just huge agricultural, industrial development.
Absolutely.
I remember checking out, wow, there's actually a science behind golf grass. These are out here testing out how many times you can swing on the grass before it turns color, or how short you can mow it, and how little water it might need. Look, that's important stuff if you're out in California and everything's drying up.
Well, Steve Sharp and I were down in Monroe County last weekend, and the farmers there were asking us, how much per acre is this going to yield? How many...
How much hemp can you get?
Bushels, or I don't know how much. How are we?
Bushel in a peck?
How are we going to measure industrial hemp?
Crab ton. I think it's called a crab ton.
Tons.
How much hemp is that? I don't know. It's a crab ton. You weigh it. I picked it. I grew it. Figure it out.
But really, we think right now, for us to move anything forward, we're going to have to circulate petitions to get something on the ballot. We've been waiting on the legislature to do something. Well, Tuesday they're having a hearing in the House Judiciary Committee on Senator Jones's bill to allow landlords to restrict rights of people. And then they're also having a presentation by the Prosecuting Attorneys Association of Michigan for an hour on marijuana, medical marijuana, and the marijuana law. And perhaps they'll have some insight into and recommendations. But the fact is, the legislatures drag their feet, and we need to do something as the people. And if we sit around and let the folks with the 10 large grows own the whole industry, it's going to shut out all the micro brewers, if you will, all the craft beers and the industry.
I would characterize dragging your feet as legislators and as people in government as an understatement. And really, their feet have been planted firmly, haven't they? I mean, hasn't Bill Schuette made Swiss cheese of the MMMA and the prosecuting attorneys and the way that they've decided to...
They've been kicking us with their feet. I don't know how firmly they're planted.
Yeah, right. They're planting them firmly somewhere, I'll tell you. I watched a cop put it in the crotch of a guy who was trying to be subdued. He's like, oh, look, I'm putting my feet out. I've got my legs spread. Wham, right in the crotch with the cop.
Meanwhile, in the news, 2 more Detroit police officers indicted by the feds for...
Long time coming, Matt Abel. Long time coming. Those bastards need to go behind the same bars that they've been putting people behind for eons, because they're the same criminals. They're exactly the same criminals as they're thugs with badges. Sorry, that's how I feel about the Detroit police. I mean, I'm not gonna generalize. I'm not gonna paint with a broad brush. But as an organization,
are some bad apples.
Yes, I've run into them personally in my own face.
And olives and everything.
You're right. Whatever it is that's rotten, it spoils the whole bushel or peck or crap ton, whatever we're measuring. I don't remember now. So, hey, you draw the joke back full circle. That you got to go back and repeat it. So, this ID with MI Legalize. How many? So all three of our panelists are on the board. Am I correct?
The board started as 11 and ended up, there are now a couple of people added, and we need 252,000 signatures. I'll let Nick tell you a little more about that.
Yeah, please do.
So yeah, we're hoping to submit and get our language for this proposal approved soon. We are really excited about the community response we've seen.
Can I ask what's the process involved in getting that ballot language approved? It's got to go through.
We have a draft available on our website right now, milegalize.com, and that is it's the 10th draft. So we've actually been working at it, cracking away, adding things, making sure that all 11 members, if we didn't have unanimous, agreements on something, we wanted to make sure that all of our members could at least, understand and get behind, what we were doing, and some of the, minority voices on some issues ended up, gaining a lot of support from other members once they explained their position, and so we've really tried to take a very broad, inclusive approach to this that really just removes the criminality.
Is that why you have town hall meetings like the one that we were having here today? Is it so that people can have input, or is this more of an explanatory process? Because 10 revisions is a lot. I mean, the last time I saw 10 drafts was the Waltons during the Vietnam War. I mean, well, it's a different kind of draft.
Yeah, sure. So it's been quite the process, and there are some things that we'll go in and kind of pick apart and spend the whole day putting a comment in, and then the next day taking it out.
Right.
But right
good
now,
idea, bad idea. Like we put it in now.
Right now, we got something that should appeal to people. It's sensible. It really gets down to some of the root ills of cannabis prohibition. Some of the terrible things that have resulted from that, and it also provides for a great industry.
Nick, we're going to break here. Hang on, we're going to come back with this panel discussion, and then at the bottom of the hour, we're going to start a little rotation around the different caregivers out here at the Sweet Leaf. It's the Full Melt Show. Don't go away.
You're getting the Full Melt.
Got something to hide? Canalock offers discreet and effective storage solutions that destroy odor, so nobody knows. Canalock is a patented charcoal-activated bag that discreetly stores your marijuana. Canalock is made from the same material as military chemical warfare suits. Get yours at canalock.com. Visit canalock.com to learn more about no-smell technology.
They're parasites. They've got no contribution to this society. They're preying on our community and our kids. And it's going to end badly.
We've got exactly $100,000 in cash in the back of this car. I bet there's guys right there in that prison for doing just what we're about to do.
I want the Breckenridge Cannabis Club to be a household name.
This is us pioneering a new industry.
He's going after every resort town in Colorado. His plan is brilliant.
This is a big boy operation now.
We are not the Amsterdam of the Rockies, we're Breckenridge.
Absolutely unbelievable to us that this has happened so quickly.
That's when the town erupted.
All hell to break loose.
I think we have an image to protect.
The powerful elite has definitely put the pressure on.
Everyone is playing everyone.
They're going to have a target painted on their back.
That is a real threat.
There's $2 billion to be had next year. I plan to take more than my fair share.
High Profits. Season premieres Sunday night at 10 Eastern on CNN.
Does your dog or cat suffer with joint disorders, arthritis, anxiety, cancer, chronic pain, or other ailments? Hemp or cannabis-based medicinal products are now legal. Why should your pets go without the same options that we have available? Try Sativus, a daily hemp oil with CBD. Sativus is quality inspected and made in the USA. Easy-to-use drops are applied directly to your pet's food. For your pet's wellness, try Sativus drops. Ask for Suttibus at your local pet store or learn more at petpain.com.
You know, it's not easy out there, but it can be easier. And when it comes to medical marijuana in Michigan and chronic pain management, Dr. Bob Townsend, renowned for his patient advocacy and deep understanding of how patients and medical marijuana certifications fit together, makes it his hallmark to educate and provide the best holistic treatment for your condition. His knowledgeable staff makes you feel warm and welcome, and Dr. Bob makes you feel well. With locations across the state in Cadillac and Gaylord, Kalamazoo, Marquette, Mount Pleasant, Muskegon, Saginaw, Traverse City, you can't beat the convenience and feeling you get knowing you have someone on your side that cares. Denali Healthcare is on the web at denalihealthcaremi.com. Get answers to your holistic health questions or schedule an appointment now by calling 989-339-4464. Chronic pain management and holistic health answers is what they do. It's all they do. DenaliHealthcareMI.com. Get your certification and peace of mind now by making an appointment with Dr. Bob Townsend at 989-339-4464.
With this urban weather, I get more active. But aches and pains keep me from doing things I enjoy, like golfing and working outside my yard. Toledo Home Center's new location, 1415 Sylvania Avenue, has shown me there is an alternative to pharmaceutical drugs. I use CBD, cannabidiol, infused hemp lotions, oil sprays, and topical oils. Thank you, Toledo Hemp Center, for helping me restore and maintain my health with no side effects and no high. Find out more at ToledoHempCenter.com.
Hey, this is Tommy John, and you're listening to The Full Milk Show.
Okay, we're back here at the Sweet Leaf in Flint, and we've got the MI Legalized panel here. These guys are all on the board. It's a sweet leaf. You gotta like that. Right. The panel is really more of a discussion about what MI Legalized is, isn't it? Because usually a panel has like different people with different points of view, and
well, it's still a ballot question committee. It's very clear, right? It's registered under the name of the Michigan Comprehensive Cannabis
Initiative
Reform Initiative Committee.
That is a mouthful.
The website is you don't need to know that until you write the check, and just write it to MI Legalize, and we'll get the bank account to take that. And,
how do you expect the stoners to remember such a long name? I couldn't figure that one out.
Should make it 123.com.
420.com, good to go.
There you go. So not to confuse matters further.
Now, MILegalize.com. If you're gonna donate, it's got to be in the form of a check if it's over $20, correct?
That's right.
And so you're going to send that check to...
and if it's $100 or more, we also are going to need to know your employer.
Really?
To go along with that. Yes, that's been the law in Michigan for many years.
I did not know. Obviously I've never contributed $100 to somebody's campaign before. That whole thing just baffles me. You got to know who I work for if you're going to donate some money for a political cause.
I guess they felt there was a problem with employers bundling a contribution through their employees, or funneling rather,
like a union thing.
I don't know, or a corporation. Either way.
Okay, so MI Legalize is all about what? How does it differ from the other ballot proposals, and why is it important that people get on board with this version? And the second question as a follow-up would be, assuming that one of these other campaigns also gets on the ballot, how do you win how do you point people to the right place to pull the lever or to mark the dot?
We'll get to that. Cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay, so the bridge isn't there yet. Let's worry about that.
Getting on the ballot.
Let's get it there first, right?
What was your first question? Hours on the ballot. And, what he was asking what we are about, right? What MI Legalized stands for, and what our law specifically is targeting. And
we had three purposes originally.
Yep. So that was to protect and preserve the Medical Marijuana Act, and also just allow for that to continue to improve.
So support it, protect and support it.
Absolutely,
and enhance it a little. If you read it, there's some minor things that might enhance it.
and also to allow for industrial hemp cultivation, which you two had touched on a little bit earlier.
Right. That's an important part of this. I mean, hemp production is a multi-million-dollar, if not a billion-dollar industry.
It's a facet of our plan, I suppose, but it's definitely language that once we can implement that, Michigan can benefit greatly from a law like that.
We're an agricultural state here in Michigan. I mean, a lot of states are. This state really depends on it economically. Agriculture is extremely important to our economy.
It is huge here. It would be a great addition to an option for a farmer.
Well, it doesn't it?
And all the other industries that
considering that the United States is really the only quote unquote industrialized
food-producing nation
that does not produce hemp. For Michigan to be the first or one of the first to really sort of experiment with that. And
I don't know why it needs experimentation. I just say plant the fields and get it over with already. What are we trying to figure out? I mean,
it's true. So that's one reason, one of our other main goals with this law.
And finally, recreational or adult use
cultivation should be an option for responsible adults 21 years of age or older.
So protect and enhance the Medical Marijuana Act, and then include industrial hemp. And
the right to grow.
And preserve your right to grow for adults. I didn't hear legal cannabis for 21 and over. I didn't hear that in those three principles.
For 21 years of age and older, that's what our recreational law would allow for. But any violation would just be a civil infraction.
No jail.
No jail.
No probation.
Unless you were to provide for someone under the age.
Okay, then that could include jail. Is that the way it is for alcohol? I mean, isn't like if you went to a store and there were teenagers outside and you went inside, they talked you into I'll give you $20 if you buy me a case of beer, and you go and you buy the beer and you go back out and give it to the teens. Isn't that like a $500 fine or something? Can you go to jail for that? Matt Abel, you're a lawyer. Would you know about that?
For
providing alcohol
to a minor.
Yes, it does carry a possible jail sentence.
It's a misdemeanor, correct?
Yeah, it's a misdemeanor. And likewise, selling cannabis to a minor would carry a possible jail time.
Similar infraction.
Right.
Okay.
Actually, the same penalty.
It sounds very appeasing. I mean, it sounds commonsensical. Is there opposition to this?
Not yet, but I'm sure there will be.
Well, I mean, you just said that people like Rick Jones are trying to pick apart the Medical Marijuana Act with the same act that you're trying to bolster and support with this initiative, hopefully ends up getting put on the ballot and passed into law. He's trying to, right now, take caregiver and patient rights that are afforded them under the Act away if you happen to be somebody who's leasing property or tenements from a landlord that is opposed to your use, consumption, possession, cultivation of cannabis on that property.
Right, that's true. That hearing is Tuesday in the House Judiciary Committee. Jones won't be there. He's a senator. But
I believe the hearing is at noon, room 521 at the Anderson House building.
And so there is some opposition here. Bill Shoes is still opposed. Rick Snyder really hasn't chimed in much, has he? The governor?
No, I think the governor will do nothing until something shows up on his desk, right? At least officially.
That's a safe move, anyway.
No TV reading. I saw that Governor Snyder, Rick Snyder here in Michigan, I heard some wind. I hear tell that he's might be throwing his hat in the ring to run for president in 2016.
I'm not a huge Rick Snyder fan.
Yeah, neither am I.
There are worse Republican candidates out there, though. I'll say that.
But so, I'm just reflecting. The only reason I brought that up is because, it's smart.
Christie, Scott Walker,
It's smart not to, talk about tea leaf reading if you're aiming for a higher government position that includes the president's title and shoes and nuclear bomb button.
That's true.
So, where is this going? I mean, did you get the ballot language approved? Has it been approved? Or is it still on the drawing board?
It has not been submitted. It's sort of on the final stages of the drawing board, I guess.
One of the reasons we're here at the town hall. One of the reasons we're here at the town hall today is get some feedback from the community and maybe give us some direction in those last final days when we're making those last edits.
Thanks for pointing that out, because this was billed as a town hall meeting rather than like a symposium or panel discussion and a pro and con on a subject. This was really about input from the public. Here we are. We're the guys that are putting this together. What do you want? What do you not want? I think it's a smart move. Have you had much feedback?
Well, yeah, there's been tons of feedback. Not just at this town hall meeting, but in some of the other formats that we've gone through. Some of the listservs, people have fed back on Facebook. We released the proposed language, a couple weeks ago. We did a press release which included that language too. Lots of great input from the community, and lots of support too for the language as it currently exists. Not everybody that we talk to is suggesting changes.
So, once the ballot language gets approved, I'm assuming that you're going to try and do this year. Are we shooting for gathering signatures this summer?
Yeah, we're hoping to be gathering signatures really as soon as we can, and we're gonna do our best to get them in before snowfall. But snowfall could be tomorrow. So,
once you get this approved, how long do you have? I know it's a very specific time. They've even shortened it from its original
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months to collect
252,000 signatures, which realistically, double that number is what we're going to be aiming for.
Because they're going to disqualify some based on some technicality. They're going
just duplicates. People will sign the same petition 2 times, maybe more.
Got to be registered voter, right?
Yep, some may, have moved and forgot that.
Put it on the wrong county form.
Sure.
So once you gather those signatures, it goes on the ballot next year in the presidential
2016 November ballot. Yep.
So they'll be voting for the next president. And they're saying it's a big ballot. That's a huge campaign.
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see how the marijuana issue plays into the presidential campaign, because it's already being talked about, and there's no way to avoid it. So, and especially because some of the candidates are undoubtedly going to try to push that.
Well, is this you're seeking donations?
Yes.
The donations are for what? What do you need the money for? What do you do with that?
Initially, the money is going to be put into the petitioning and circulating, and we have a long road ahead of us. So eventually, once our main goal right now is maybe a little short-sighted to just get it on the ballot, and we have ideas of how our marketing of that campaign is going to go once that happens. But right now, all of our energy and efforts are going to be concentrated on that.
So, what do you see the land looking like if you get this passed? Do you see a more Colorado-like Michigan, or do you see legislators going back after this again? Are they going to take a bite at this again, do you think? What's your personal view about what might happen? I know it's a kind of foretelling question to ask, but hey, I already I've got my opinion. I know what it might look like. I know what it might feel like. I know what I'm anticipating. I don't know what's going to happen, obviously.
Well, we'll see, and I think it's about time that we let the people decide, because I think that most of us would, in fact, vote for legalization and effort, and so I think it's that will definitely speak volumes to some legislators, the ones who listen to their constituents.
I'll tell you what it really is going to look like. I think when it initially gets passed, everybody in the state will have some protections, but in order to enable the business component of it with testing facilities and cultivation centers and distribution, there's going to need to be retail ordinances passed by local communities. So for the first year after this ordinance, after the law gets passed, you'll see a lot of work with local communities and education in those areas, and people that have previously passed moratoriums will be embracing the communities, or will be embracing those businesses because they want to take advantage of the economics. And then I think we're legislature-proof at that point, because once the local communities start to take money in from it, they won't tolerate the senators and the House reps changing their revenue stream.
There's a lot at stake here, isn't there? I mean, these are big stakes. We're not talking about small chops here.
No, think about this, too. It's probably one of the most liberal proposals made on a statewide basis. If it's successful, it's going to set the bar for all of the remaining states. Give them another option to shoot for, a more compassionate model, perhaps. And we could shape the face of what legalization is going to look like in Minnesota, in Wisconsin, in Pennsylvania, in western states and southern states. When they see the Michigan example and how well it works, they're going to follow it.
Did you guys take some inspiration from other places, or did you guys come up with this strictly by looking at what you think should be done here, or was this a combination of those things, or was this really like you did with the town hall meeting, or just suggestions from people cobbled together into something that everybody can agree on?
We cherry-picked from the different proposals, or the different laws that have passed in Colorado and Washington, and we've looked around and definitely tried to explore those different laws. We also wanted to make sure we knew what people don't like about those laws, because that's some of the most important things, or some of the flaws that they have that aren't necessarily decreasing the black market and things like that. So
Colorado's got a problem still with the black market. I mean, I was talking to when I was talking to those guys that are going to be on the CNN special tonight after the Sanjay Gupta Weed 3. I was talking to the guys that run the Breckenridge, Colorado dispensary that's on Main Street. It's called the Breckenridge Cannabis Club, and it's Brian and Caitlin that run that. And I asked them about this very thing: are you guys having problems with the taxes being so high, of still having a black market for people avoiding the taxation? And he said it's about 30%. About 30% of business is still being done in the black market there because taxes are so high. Have you thought about that contribution?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct, and that's why we have, like I said, looked at these different laws. But we put a committee of 11 together that were all notable activists in this state, so that we could all bring our own different perspective from our experience on the ground level to say that this won't work for Michigan, but here's what may, and here's what is the most feasible for us, and here is where the tax revenue could really benefit our state and also be reasonable enough for a recreational consumer to get behind. And because one thing that we've found with medical marijuana markets or programs across the states is that there are people who sign up for medical marijuana programs to be recreational users. All that tells us, if you can call that an abuse of the system, but that does tell us that people want a legal way to purchase cannabis.
Right.
They don't want to do it in the black market. So
look, it's a horrible place to be. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know what's going to happen. It's shady. Some people have guns and gangs. And it's not where I want to go make a selection of a bag.
Are bought at the store.
This is what I got. Take it or leave it. This is the price. You want it or not? And where have I got to go?
One of the things we've done
hot here.
One of the things we've done to eliminate that by learning from Colorado. Colorado has about a 35% taxation rate. We've capped the excise tax on legalization in cannabis at a 10% rate in our current draft. That means that it's enough to generate some revenue for the state and make it interesting, but not enough to drive people away from the market. That's really what they've seen in Colorado, is the taxation rate is just so high. That's what creates that 30% black market.
So many of the proposals, both from legislature and even people's initiatives, have come up short on the back end by legislators screwing the peeps, screwing the very people that they represent. I'll give you a good example. The Michigan lottery. This was just as controversial back in 1972 when they passed it as this is now, because it's gambling. It's one of those sin things. And so the conservatives were like, no, we're not going to pass the lottery thing. It's gambling. We don't do it. If you want to gamble, go to Vegas where they sin every day. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Don't bring it back here.
What about the children, Steve? What about the children?
Oh, that's the answer. That was the answer. What about the kids? Well, now when you start dragging the kids in, I'll hold those up as poster childs, literally. And then at the back end, after when it was all said and done, they took the money and they moved it. For every dollar bill that the state's schools make, because it solely goes to support that, the state yanks it back to a dollar that they came out of the general fund. So really this became a slush fund for legislators. Nick, Rick, Matt, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you, Steve.
We got to run, but
thanks for the discussion, Steve.
Interesting discussion.
Great program. Love the full melt.
Started with Weed 1. called it a watershed moment. Then came Weed 2. It's absurd that we have to do this to get medicine. Now Dr. Sanjay Gupta is at it again, and he's reaching higher than ever with Weed 3.
I never thought I'd be smoking weed in the hospital.
The movement behind it.
We demand this plant go through the process of the FDA.
The radical research.
I have to say I'm kind of stunned.
Weed 3, the marijuana revolution. All new Sunday, April 19th at 9.
Hey, it's Steve Green. Make sure you make it out for the Big 420 celebration at the Sweet Leaf Patient Care Center in Flint. It's going to be a huge celebration from 11 to 7 Sunday and Monday. Holistic medicines and teas are just a part of it. There's massage, food, honey and lavender healing products, local musicians and artists, workshops and seminars, vendors and people galore. It's the Sweet Leaf Patient Care Collective, 400 South 4 Highway, Flint, Sunday and Monday. That's this Sunday and Monday from 11 to 7 for 420. Don't miss it.
Got something to hide? Canalock offers discreet and effective storage solutions that destroy odor, so nobody knows. Canalock is a patented charcoal-activated bag that discreetly stores your marijuana. Canalock is made from the same material as military chemical warfare suits. Get yours at canalock.com. Visit canalock.com to learn more about no-smell technology.
With this warmer weather, I get more active. But aches and pains keep me from doing things I enjoy, like golfing and working outside in my yard. Toyota Home Center's new location, 1415 Savannah Avenue, has shown me there is an alternative to pharmaceutical drugs. I use CBD, cannabidiol, infused hand lotions, oil sprays, and topical oils. Thank you, Toyota Home Center, for helping me restore and maintain my health with no side effects and no high. Find out more at ToyotaHomeCenter.com.
Does your dog or cat suffer with joint disorders, arthritis, anxiety, cancer, chronic pain, or other ailments? Hemp or cannabis-based medicinal products are now legal. Why should your pets go without the same options that we have available? Try Sativus, a daily hemp oil with CBD. Sativus is quality inspected and made in the USA. Easy-to-use drops are applied directly to your pet's food. For your pet's wellness, try Sativus drops. Ask for Sativus at your local pet store or learn more at petpain.com.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
Okay, we're back here out at the Sweet Leaf, 400 South 4 Highway in Flint. Please come on out and be a part of the 420 celebration. It's just wrapping up here today on Sunday, 419. Tomorrow, you guys will be out here all day long with all the booze, the vendors, all the things you get at the Sweet Leaf, this is a patient care center where there are many different caregivers. And I was saying before how these different caregivers provide a different facet to the diamond. I mean, because it really is a diamond, isn't it? And there's a microphone right there for you. Yeah, they're all working. Testes 1, 2, 3. If you got 3 testes, you got a problem. I'm just saying. So, you got to break the ice somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you're behind door number 2. There are 9 doors. This is like, let's make a deal, literally.
Absolutely.
Do you want door number 2 or door number 3? If you got a penny in your pocket, I want you to take door number 2. Wait a minute.
If you got enough pennies in your pocket, you hit all 9 doors.
There you go. You got a dime, we'll give you a dime back. I'm just kidding. So, tell us about door number 2. What's your name? And tell us about what you specialize in and what you can find.
The Sweet Leaf. At the Sweet Leaf is the Route 420. I specialize in edibles. I guarantee that one edible will get you where you want to be, whether it for pain, whether it be for nauseousness, whether it be just because you want the THC.
Nausea? People use the edibles for nausea?
Oh, yes. I have a sugar-free drink, it's hash infused, that chemo patients are gaining 7 pounds a week drinking. They can't keep anything else down otherwise.
Now, yeah, because I use cannabis for nausea. It's always been what I've needed it for medically. Nausea. Look, there are a lot of people that, I would just say even elderly people with just normal growing old maladies, they take a crap ton of pills. I mean, they've got organizers and schedulers and planners and calendars to tell them which pills to take on which days, which pills not to take with other pills, what you can eat today, what you can't have tomorrow. I mean, it's really confusing, especially as you're getting into your senior years and trying to keep track of all this detail.
Exactly, and that's what I specialize in, is getting the elderly off of their medicines. I have to say I've had 25 people that I've gotten off of all their painkillers, all their stomach issues, and giving them marijuana in one shape, form, or another to help solve the problems.
My point was as to nausea. I take a handful of pills, like 4 pills every day, and they make me very nauseous every single time without fail. Couldn't find anything on the commercial market in way of drugs, including Meridol, that would be a fail-safe. Because sometimes something might have a little bit of cannabis is the only thing that kept nausea away from me.
Exactly.
I kept food down and I kept medicine down, and those are the only reasons I'm standing here to you talking today.
Exactly. Smoking it will take away a lot of your nauseousness, but eating it or drinking it will cure the problem that's causing your nauseousness.
When you're talking about drinking it, explain.
Drinking it. I have 2 forms of drinking it. I have a sugar-free hash drink. Okay.
So you're not talking about juicing, you're talking about infused drinks.
I'm talking about infused drinks. This is a sugar-free drink that you can drink 4 ounces for 4 hours of relief, whether it be nauseousness, pain, inflammation. It takes care of all of that.
So, that's what you specialize in is these medibles? That's your big thing?
Yes.
And people really seek you out. They're like, oh, I can't do without my medibles. I got to go find my medible spot.
If I didn't have to bake it one more time a day, I would never do it again. But because it's needed and people have a demand for it, I bake on a daily basis. Otherwise, I'd never do it again because I'm so sick of baking. I did over 600 brownies this week alone.
So, everything is looking good here. You guys the Sweetly just opened up. It's only, what, a month or 2 old?
Oh, 2 months old, yep. It's doing really good. We got a lot of new people coming in. I'd say an average of 30 people a day that have never been in here have come through. And they love the setup. They love how the personableness of each office is. They like it's like a little mini mall. You go shopping in each one.
I'm worried. Number 3's not here. Door number 4's not here. Where's all the doors? We got door number 2, and I promised everybody all the doors, and no doors are showing up.
You sent somebody to get them.
Yeah, I did, but no coming backy.
Run back.
No touchbacks.
Get some more out there.
Thank you very much. Please do that. Now you know a lot of these other caregivers.
Oh yeah, we have a caregiver in 5. Sebastian Buds in High Society, and she's an herbalist and specializes in all organics. She's got suppositories, deodorant. I mean, things that you would never think that are cannabis inclined.
They got butt rockets for cannabis?
Yes.
Wow.
Think about colon cancer.
Oh, I never
Think
even
about prostate cancer.
Never thought about first application in the location.
Yes, it's a wonderful way to do it.
I guess so. You were saying, I didn't mean to interrupt. That just caught me. I was like, how do you use your cannabis? Well, explanation needed.
I taught her how to make my drink, but she took it one step further, and it did it all organic with no artificial sweeteners, no artificial dyes or flavoring.
Awesome. Now, does this take us, is this all through practical experience? How did you learn about medibles? And are you just good at baking? And then how did you get your measurements right for it? Because that's a big thing. I don't do medibles because, one of the things that we're looking at regulating when you get into, legalizing or even regulating inside the MMA or in any place, any state that has medibles or medical marijuana, is having some consistency so that when you buy something, you know that it's going to be the same the next time you buy it. It's going to be, free of contaminants and things that are going to be dangerous to you, and that you can expect the same consistency. It's homogeneous throughout the system.
You're exactly right that there is no monitoring of that.
That's why I don't.
You have to watch where you get your edibles. You have to make sure that they are pasteurized butters and that they are filterized drinks and that they go to the steps and processes not to make you sick, because it is a medicine. Why would you want to make a medicine that's going to make you sick?
Exactly my point.
Like people cooking with the waxes and the shatters. I don't believe in that because it's made with a carcinogen. It's made with what's it called? Butane.
Right.
That can't possibly be a good thing to eat.
Well, I think by the time
how purified they make it, how much vacuuming they do, there's still going to be some.
Here's the thing: butane. When you talk about cooking stuff, it all is released anyways. It's not really contained still.
But there's something that's left behind.
No, I disagree. If you test that food, you will not find butane in the food. It's not going to be chemically present because of the method by which when you heat it, you've seen wax and stuff like that. When you heat it, that's when it releases the gas. When it gets the most thin, when the gas can escape quickly.
Right, but when you're heating it in food, it's escaping where? Into the food. It's escaping into the food.
Right. Well, no. But so if you're making a cupcake, you break it open. It's a gaseous form. It's not something you're really going to consume. I just have a hard time believing that you're going to, like I said, because if you test it, you can see that there's no butane left in it. If you go in and have batches tested, which is going to be a requirement in the food elements, in the food realm.
Just pesticide levels alone when your extractions and stuff are...
Pesticides are a horrible thing in medical marijuana, or any consumable.
That's concerned with edibles is where are we getting these edibles from? Who is this person putting pesticides all over their meds and then cooking with them?
Yeah. Yeah, this is all important. This is why we regulate. But that's why I don't currently buy medibles. It's one of the reasons. It's also because, it's so easy to get into an uncomfortable place. Incidentally, I'm going to ask you a quick question to test your knowledge about medibles. So if I ate a medible and I went too far, I did one of those crazy, stupid things where I'm not used to consuming cannabis orally. I ate the whole brownie. It didn't do anything in 5 minutes, so I ate another one because it tasted so damn good. Then, half hour, 45 minutes later, you're like, oh my God, how do I stop this? Make it stop. This is a roller coaster, I can't get off. Oh, I'm so uncomfortable. So how do you get out of that? What's the antidote to too much marijuana?
That's a very good question. I've heard a lot of different...
It's coffee.
I've heard milk. I've heard coffee. I've heard tea. I've also heard just go to bed and write it out.
Yes, but see, if you're in an uncomfortable spot, that might be hard to do. I do not like to be in that place.
You can't take it out.
You got to water it down or find an antidote, which is coffee. It's coffee. Just tell
All right, coffee.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand the mic over to Donnie now.
Donnie's 8. Let's make a deal. What's behind door number?
Dealing, not dealing.
Dealing, not dealing. What's behind door number?
Room number 8.
Door number 8. Thank you so much for coming on and telling us about door number 2. We love the door number 2. So, when you're talking to Mike, you got to hold it real close. So, you said door number 8. I was just testing, making sure. 8. Because some people, when they smoke the cannabis, they're like, wait a minute. I said, what? Where are we at? It's hard to keep track of numbers. I don't ever have that problem. I really don't. That's, I'll have conversations, like detailed conversations with people who I did not know were really stoned at the time, just completely baked.
Yeah.
And the problem is, I don't want to break, by the way. The problem is that 2 or 3 days later, I'll say, look, hey, remember we're supposed to do a sting, or we got the sting going on, and they're like, I don't no idea what you're talking about. Like, no, we just talked about this in great. We were an hour and a half on the phone. Yeah, you're crazy. I don't remember any of that. Oh, so put the bud down, put the thinking cap on. Hang on, we'll talk about what's behind door number 8 after the break. We're at the Sweet Leaf in Flint, 400 South Port Highway. Make it out for 420 tomorrow.
You're getting the full melt.
Got something to hide? Canalock offers discreet and effective storage solutions that destroy odor, so nobody knows. Canalock is a patented charcoal-activated bag that discreetly stores your marijuana. Canalock is made from the same material as military chemical warfare suits. Get yours at canalock.com. Visit canalock.com to learn more about no-smell technology.
Hey, it's Steve Green. Make sure you make it out for the Big 420 celebration at the Sweet Leaf Patient Care Center in Flint. It's going to be a huge celebration from 11 to 7 Sunday and Monday. Holistic medicines and teas are just a part of it. There's massage, food, honey and lavender healing products, local musicians and artists, workshops and seminars, vendors and people galore. It's the Sweet Leaf Patient Care Collective, 400 South Port Highway, Flint, Sunday and Monday. That's this Sunday and Monday from 11 to 7 for 420. Don't miss it.
Imagine a world where patients can use marijuana like any other medicine. The Marijuana Patients Organization challenges the status quo by helping our neighbors to enjoy a better quality of life. Visit the MPO at marijuanapatients.org and enjoy informative articles, engaging debates, and information about treatments, doctors, and dispensaries in your area. Over 50,000 people have registered at marijuanapatients.org since 2010. Join us at the Marijuana Patients Organization today, marijuanapatients.org.
It started with Weed 1. Some have called it a watershed moment. Then came Weed 2. It's absurd that we have to do this to get medicine. Now Dr. Sanjay Gupta is at it again, and he's reaching higher than ever with Weed 3.
I never thought I would be smoking weed in the hospital.
The movement behind it.
We demand this plant go through the process of the FDA.
The radical research.
I have to say, I'm kind of stunned.
Weed 3, the Marijuana Revolution. All new Sunday, April 19th at 9. They're parasites. They've got no contribution to this society. They're preying on our community and our kids. It's going to end bad.
He's got exactly $100,000 in cash in the back of his car. I bet there's guys right there in that prison for doing just what we're about to do.
I want the Breckenridge Cannabis Club to be a household name.
This is us pioneering a new industry.
He's going after every resort town in Colorado.
He's playing his board here.
This is a big boy operation now.
We are not the Amsterdam of the Rockies, we're Breckenridge.
Absolutely unbelievable to us that this has happened so quickly.
That's when the town erupted.
All hell to break loose.
I think we have an image to protect.
The powerful elite has definitely put the pressure on.
Everyone is playing everyone.
They're gonna have a target painted on their back.
That is a real threat.
There's $2 billion to be had next year. I plan to take more than my fair share.
High Profits. Season premiere Sunday night at 10 Eastern on CNN. It's the Fullback Radio Show. Okay, so it's a special live broadcast. We're out here, kind of pre-420, celebrating at the Sweet Leaf in Flint. Really wanted to lean towards the different facets here at the Sweet Leaf. It's a really, in way of what people would traditionally call a dispensary. This is a completely different thing here. And I think the thing that's most unique about it is that there are multiple caregivers with their own little doors. And so before we went to break, we were introducing door number 8.
Door number 8.
What's behind door number 8, Chief?
Well,
what's your name?
I'm Don. And we are healing, not dealing.
Healing, not dealing.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
Well, we can make a deal to heal. I mean...
I have a wide variety of medibles. They're all medicated with RSO. Reason being is...
RSO, for those who don't know what RSO is.
Simpson oil.
Okay. Rick Simpson oil is a whole plant cannabis extract concentrate.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. And I started medicating it with Simpson oil because I realized that in medibles, it had a much better effect. You get the healing aspect. I found the taste was even better. So that's what I like.
And these are extracts made with alcohol?
Yes. Because
I've had the stuff what do people call Rick Simpson
grain
oil.
alcohol.
No, not even that. I've had people make it with naphtha. It was awful.
You have to flash that off. I didn't really.
It still had an awful chemical. I felt like I was licking the bottom of a kerosene container. It was just disgusting.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it. I use the grain alcohol.
Alcohol is hard, completely, inert.
Cooks off.
Yeah, it's benign in the long run.
Yes. It
has no ultimate effect other than its intended purpose, which was to extract the goods from the plant.
Correct.
To separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak.
Yeah. We have a wide variety of medibles and flour, different types of waxes and goos. Whatever you could think of.
Is that what you specialize in, is the medibles too?
Medibles, no, just a little bit of everything, really.
So you get a
we don't have anything that we really specialize in. We just across the board, really.
If you were to say one thing about your place that people had to come and check out, what would it be? What would you point to?
I would say probably the concentrates and caviar. Do caviar.
Now tell people what caviar is. I refer to caviar all the time, but people are like, they look at me like I got 4 heads. Not 3, but 4. Like caviar, gross. You're putting fish in the cannabis? That's disgusting.
I do get that look a lot from people. They just look at me and they're like, wow, that's gross.
There's no fish in the caviar.
Yeah, I have to explain it to them. It's actually just bud, and it's rolled in oil and then tumbled in keef. It's
so you've got a premium cannabis product that is then dipped in honey oil, which is like a butane extract.
Yes.
And then rolled in
tumbled in keef.
Rolled in the same thing that they compress into make into hash.
Yes. And you basically just break it up into a blunt and smoke it, or you can smoke.
If you can break it up, and you get it to dip it right, you might not be able to break it up so easy.
This is true.
But it resembles caviar because they use the little buds a lot, and it looks like caviar in the jar, which is kind of clever. I think it's a great name. Well, you call it caviar, they're like, what?
Some people call it moon rock.
Moon rocks? Moon rock. Somebody smoking a moon rock behind the dumpster? I'm just saying.
Yes.
So, door number 8, you guys are open here at the Sweet Leaf?
Yes, me or my girlfriend, Victoria, we're just hanging out and
doing the thing.
What we do.
Healing, not dealing.
Healing, not dealing, exactly.
Gotta love it. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
So what are the other doors? So we got 2 other doors.
I am door number 4.
Door number 4.
In door number 4, you have 2 offices. You have the Midwest Masters and Happy Trees.
Is that the lore behind door number 4?
It is the lore behind door number 4. There's also the lore of clones behind door number 4.
Ooh, see, now there's a specialty. Tell me about the clones genetics.
The genetics are... There are very many, so you have to come in and see what we have because they're rotating stock. And I can't tell you for sure I'm going to have it one day if I have it on another.
So it's probably good to come back and shop around.
Yes, sir.
My mama told me, you come and get my clothes.
Yeah, exactly. My name is Trisha. Some people call me Tree, and others from around this community call me the Clone Girl. But I do have a name. My name is Trisha. And I would be happy to see y'all come in and pick up my clones because they're from very strong genetics, generally first to second generation from seed mothers.
So you're using mother plants, and you're not just cloning one plant after another and after
exactly,
another.
Yes.
Because that's kind of important in a longer scheme.
Oh, yes. The genetics are much stronger, and you'll get a much better crop.
It's a healthier plant.
Right. A good beginning is a good ending.
Right. I have to remember that. That's a new saying. A good beginning is a good ending.
That's the way we like to produce and supply our clones. It's good beginnings are good endings.
Boy, I walked through the office earlier today. I saw huge stock. I mean, there's people that got a couple clones here and there, but you've got like a whole rack of them. It's like the warehouse outlet of clones over there.
Clones are what I do. For the longest time, I worked over another location, and all I sold were clones. I now have some nice medicine available that match the clones that I supply. I also work with Scott, who is our CBD specialist, and room number 4, he's the Midwest Masters, part of that office. And unfortunately couldn't be here with us today, but I do want you to come in and talk to him for counseling as far as CBDs are concerned. And he can answer most every question. He has a large supply of Simpson oil, concentrates. And
so it's not just clones. You get all this other stuff too, but your specialty is clones.
For the Happy Trees, specialty is clones. Midwest Masters, CBD.
CBD. That's a whole other thing. We could go on for hours about CBD.
Hours and hours of the health behind the CBDs.
Well, you see that ABC bought the Star Wars, right? And they're gonna put the new Star Wars back on the big screen. They have the trailer and the whole thing out. I want to do a cannabis version of the Star Wars.
Awesome.
Attack of the Clones because I want to see.
I have clones and Skywalker in my office right now, as well as Death Star. It's awesome. Star Wars going on and
right there in the Star Wars, man. Death Star. Maybe that's where you got that name from. I don't know. Do they have an Enterprise for like Star Trek? Do they have like the Enterprise weed? That's a great name for.
It's something for the genetics to start thinking about.
Crossbreed some of those clones.
There's a Romulan, yes.
Romulan, yeah. See, so leaning toward you. Get the space geeks are always going to get the nerdy stuff in there.
I love the Sweet Leaf because we all work together, and it's just an awesome environment to be in. And as a patient coming through, if one office doesn't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you somewhere within the building.
So come on down to the Sweet Leaf Monday through Friday. Is that right? Monday through Friday. You guys open on Saturday at all?
On Saturday as well.
So it's 11 to 7 every day.
Yep, the only day we're closed is Sunday.
400 South Door Highway.
Today.
Come and get the lore behind door number 4.
Hey, I like that.
Don't get attacked by the clones, but attack the clones instead.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
So we got another door for you. There's yet another number, magic number. We didn't get all of them today. We didn't get them all, but we swung by and got everybody that we could.
Got door number 9, Josh from Revolutionary Meds.
Number 9. Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. Hi, Mary. Paul. You can play that. Did he say something about the devil in there? I think he said the devil. I'm just kidding. It's a Beatles reference. Sorry to throw that in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I actually left out the main part. It's Revolutionary Meds and Seed Bank. So actually, if you're looking for seeds, we carry over 150 strains in stock at our location every day.
That's another Beatles tie in the Revolution. I never thought about that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Revolution number 9.
Number 9? Revolution 9?
Yeah, we carry over 150 strains in stock daily, and we have over 1,000 that you can special order.
You're talking about seeds?
Seeds, yeah. We have over 36 breeders. Some of our main known ones, Cali Connection, North Star.
Ooh, so you're the Magic Beanstalk guy. You're the Magic Bean guy.
Yeah, I have all the beans that you need.
Oh, look at that. I want to go get some beans now. I want to plant it and see how high that puppy can grow. Can I climb it into the clouds? I'll bet you I can. I'll bet you I can try. So that's a lot of, so we got a specializer behind door number 4, the Lord behind door number 4, in the clones, and now we got somebody who specializes in genetics and beans.
However you like to grow, we have any option, basically, yeah. And also the meds that we have showcase the seeds that we have, so we try to have the strains that we can grow. We've popped directly from packs to show you exactly what you get, so.
I didn't get your name.
Josh.
So, number 9, seeds galore, strains all over the place. You can special order some stuff, yes?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not even special order. I just bring it in the next day, so.
Oh, wow. That's, hey, that's service for you right there. So, and then you've got all kinds of, you get the regular spread as well.
Yeah, we have, and then we also, if you're interested in growing, we have a whole selection of grow supplies also, so we can, basically from start to finish, we can show you what you need.
Indeed.
Set up.
So, oh wow. There's some, I think I'm picking up like a radio station in the background. Like, I don't know, there's some kind of music that's bleeding through.
Maybe from that way.
It might be coming from that way. Yeah, okay, it's the auditorium speaker system. That's what it is. I just thought, I heard, all of a sudden I heard, Uptown Funk in the background. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that me? Did I do that? Did I push a button?
Sounded too funky, I guess.
Kind of scared for a second, but, so, listen, I just really got to thank you guys for coming out and being on the show today. Look, normally the show closed would have played by now, but I didn't play because I didn't highlight it to play. So, yeah, we're a little bit over, but it doesn't matter because I've had so much fun here. I'll go ahead and start that now. I don't know. It was just weird. I'm like, hey, the clock says, but, you can't always trust the clock, I guess. What do we do? I just got to, there it is. No, it's not. I don't know. You see what happens when you're on location live? This is the kind of thing that goes down. It's just part of what, you plan for it. It's because it's going to happen. There it is. Oh, I see. Okay, I see it's rolling. So, door number 9, the clones. Seeds. The Lord behind door number 4 is the clones. See, I started something now. They're going to make a song now. The Lord behind door number 4.
Yeah, number 4 CBD.
Look, I'm really glad I had a chance to highlight you guys because what you do for the center here is really important. It's the heart of what happens here, and so thank you for being that supportive for our medical community. It's really important to me to watch the effect that you have on people. 420 celebration. Come back out to 400 South Door Highway in Flint. It's the Sweet Leaf.
Was a production of TFM Media.
Hey, look, I got the verbal diarrhea too. Don't mind me. I've had a blast. I want to go out and have a blast. I need some nicotine and a dab. That would be a good start. I dumped. I'm awed by the fact that people sat around and listened to me without microphones. Seriously, because I've done this in 100 different locations. If I've done it in one, and we had done it. And it's not because. I guess it's because nobody sat and actually listened to us. Because I don't have a PA system. We kind of sometimes are backbeat. It can be a pain. As soon as you have Tom Funk, It's a live Get it while there was still cheese on top. I know if I went out to the tab, all the cheese would be gone. I'm such a cheese. Look at that. It's got macrame going down. What the hell happened there? It looks like it belongs. I need a bagpipe or something. Oh, jeez. Floor cigarette, 5-second rule. Oh, almost didn't make it. Hey, if you graduate, does the tassel go on the left or the right side of the shoe? I forgot. Oh, it's so easy to trip on the cords. I had sunglasses, and then they disappeared. Sunglasses, and now they're gone. Damn it.
Oh, really?
Man, somebody stole me sunglasses. We didn't get the glass. We didn't you. Oh. You were hiding? Aw. You said you didn't like the TV. You said you were okay with the radio. Sorry. I hope the guy with the T1X access is out there. That's the first time I ever smoked a big wax hit that didn't choke or cough. No, I'm just got the wax. How much are the Nassau's? $1 a minute. So you're saying $60 an hour? Hey.
touch. Bobby, nice to meet you, Miles.
Thank you, man. You too. We gotta pack up again.